It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Christian Watson. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Commanders and the Giants, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewer here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
The veneer of a new season is gone. Yes, we used veneer in a football game. We're in the middle of the schedule now. It's away here in Week 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
And you wonder, as he's about to take his first snap today, yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interception. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. A throw left side finds Johnson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Connects with Johnson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Takes off right out of the read option. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. To throw here on 1st down. Connection made to Shakir.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 37. Shakir with the grab. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. and that sure altered the throw.
So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
A 400-plus yard. It takes everybody. It takes protection. It takes your eligible playmakers to make those catches and gain your yards. But it also takes a red-hot quarterback playing with tremendous confidence and belief in what he can do. Now, well, his teammates are counting on him to do it again.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this. What's behind them? That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Searches from the pocket. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Well, no look on his first look of the game. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Tight end in motion left. Daniels throwing on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Daniels from the pistol. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They kick the running back in motion. Got a man. Palmer has it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16. That one gains 7. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Option give here. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every...
And that's a Washington touchdown! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
PAT effort coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants and their running back about to get back to work. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They give it to him again. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This is complete to Neighbors. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Commanders will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They strike for 23 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This one taken in by Kraft.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders pull out in front further, 13-zip. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Riley Moss with that tackle. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this third down. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess. Now,
finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. He does it, touchdown New York. The Giants lower the deficit to a single possession. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you appreciate guys, but it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
York tacks on that extra point. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Commanders send receiver Christian Watson ready to go once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. On first down, they'll run. Broke through the tackle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They have it on 2nd and short. From the 41. Watson with the catch. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Play fake here, Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first. From the gun, here's a handoff. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tyler Nubin with the tackle. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Gets this one to Watson. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing now, Daniels. He's got Watson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the 1st half, but hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now Daniels to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it.
Tick, tick, tick. Tick-tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. The Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Airing it out to start this drive. He finds Johnson. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Looking to his fullback now. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down from the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. A give now from the gun. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with them in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate. Will they put the ball back in his hands, trust him again to hold on to it, and maybe go get that touchdown? You know he's...
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. He's off to the races. The 30. And the Commanders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Has it in close. Touchdown, Washington. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Giants back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? I'll put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a pickup of 4 yards, and that leaves him with 3rd and 14. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Giants are set to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Commanders with a lot of ground between where they are now and where they need to go. Daniels on 1st down. Completes this one to Kraft. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Running back sent in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Daniels. Bails out of the pocket quick. He can run it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Daniels. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. Daniels throwing on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next. Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Giants take over now late in this 1st half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. To throw it on 1st down. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. The Giants using their 1st timeout. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the 1st over the middle. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. to throw here on first down. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground and start this one off. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Back to throw it. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. They'll run it from the gun. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. Well, that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin in the NFC. Dallas paying a visit to Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Michael Penix. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Texans trying to finish that one off and claim victory. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he's continuing a great start to the season. You can see currently pacing the NFL in rushing yards. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels back to throw. Completed over the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Drew Phillips making the tackle.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle. What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. He has it at the 22. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Giants football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. Hand off to the back. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Dumped off to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Running this one left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become two, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Punting unit out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds the in route complete. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tyler Newbin with the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And working a couple of yards past the line. Tyler Newbin with the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Throwing now, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Plowing up the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Play fake here, Daniels. Complete out to the right. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Daniels. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long. They'll send out the punting unit. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. Now here comes the New York offense. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. Connection made to Shakir. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 41. Left side into the hands of Shakir. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Brought down by Julian Blackman. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. He's going to throw this one into the hands of Neighbors. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. You are not going to see a better punt than that. He picked the perfect angle, and it flies out of bounds at the 1. No chance at a return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Second down now, 7 to go. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. And he'll get it up to the 27. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's got Watson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
Here's a handoff up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Back-to-back carries here. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. So now here's 3rd and 5. Another carry. It's on the turf. Falls out. He lost it. And it's picked out by the Giants. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. So just like that, Brock, a very nice drive ends in a whimper from that offense and a real roar from the defense who get off the field by recovering that fumble.
Yeah, that defense was just getting walked backwards, and one of them finally said, enough is enough. And I'll tell you, the way they were moving the football offensively, I think you felt it, I felt it.
Yeah.
A touchdown was coming, but
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Trying again following the sack. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
On first down, here's Daniels. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Daniels now. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's second and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders put up even more points in a win. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it a 24-point ball game. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants offense all set to get started. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Back now, pressure on its way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. Second and 10 now. He finds Johnson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is third and inches. They'll throw it. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
He only needed an inch, Kate, and it was a good thing because he had to fight for that. That defense put up a game effort, nearly made the play to get themselves off the field.
Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. In a good spot here, second and inches. From the 42. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And what will they dial up on third and short? Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 2 yards on the pickup. And the Giants will have a first down. He'll throw it yet again. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league. It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
They still need 10, but the offense getting set on 4th down. Throwing from the gun. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, and they pick him off again! And the Commanders have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Where you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 1st down play, nets him 5. 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Commanders getting closer to a 7-0 start. Daniels throwing on. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 23. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Trying for it on the ground. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that two-point attempt. Well, 2 left on the table there. Forget the goal line, Brock. They barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to me right there, Kate, that's a sign this defense did their homework, studied their tendencies. Yeah, no way that running back was going to get that one in, not with that force of the defense coming at him.
Now is York to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from New York.